Hi guys, this is the Blessed Bronx teacher coming to you live again. This video I decided to talk about this awesome book that I came across last year, I think, or maybe it's 2 years now, because it has changed the way that I think about literacy. And those people that know me or have encountered me, if you want to say, know that literacy is at the root of my teacher life. I love reading literature. I love books. I have an extensive library, which I can do another video on at a later date. But when I come across this type of professional literature that actually changes my practice, the way how I think about things, I definitely want to take the time and share that. So one of the books that I came across, like I said, maybe 2 years ago, was a book called Who's Doing the Work? It's by Jan Berkins and Kim Yaris, and it says How to Say Less So Readers Can Do More. The thing that I love about this book is that it lets us know that as teachers, sometimes we are doing way too much work. We are trying to make the work so accessible and somewhat easy for the kids to do so that they don't get frustrated. And what this book is talking about is that in the end handicaps kids, and then they don't have the ability to think for themselves. They can't make decisions. They become very dependent learners, so they're depending on you to do the thinking so that it can help them get through the task. And so what I like about this book is that it asks questions about the types of things that we're doing as teachers that's causing our kids to be dependent and display those types of behaviors that we can't stand. You know, the ones where the kids constantly have to ask you, is it right? Is it right? Or can you check it? They can't make decisions on their own about whether their work is of good quality or not. When they read, they look at you every word that they say just for confirmation to make sure that it's right. Instead of looking through it themselves and saying, wait, that didn't sound right, let me go back and reread, they wait for confirmation from us about whether their thinking was accurate or not. So anybody that's teaching literacy, I would highly recommend this book. There's just so many points in it. I definitely have my highlighter and my marker going on in here. And the other thing that I love about it is it breaks down, you know, the 4 parts of the reading block. So it talks about like certain things to look for in the read aloud, what's the purpose of the read aloud, how does that then connect to shared reading, and how does shared reading connect to guided reading, and then how does that then play with independent reading, and that all these 4 methods together is what allows students to become independent readers. One of the things that I liked in the book that I didn't pay attention to was that like independent reading is like of gradual release of responsibility is like the last step on the train, but usually most teachers start with independent reading first when the kids don't really have the proper habits and behaviors to actually read independently. So it talks about like how to teach into those strategies and behaviors first before we just send kids off to like go read. The other thing is to watch students in the beginning of the year to see the behaviors that they have, and based on that you can determine whether this child is actually ready to read independently, because we know we all have those kids that fake read and they turn pages but they're not really reading because chances are reading is probably difficult for them. And so just giving a kid a book, even if it is at their level, is not just enough to turn that kid into an actual reader. So I would highly recommend this book if you don't have it. It's such an easy read. There's just so many applicable questions and anchor charts that you can create from this, and it gives you just a line of questioning for the students. And like I said, overall it has definitely changed my mindset about how much support I'm giving, and am I creating a culture of dependency in my classroom. And I know as a 5th grade teacher, and even when I taught 3rd grade and 4th grade, it is very, very frustrating for a teacher to have a class of dependent kids. You cannot get anything done because no one can do anything on their own. They're constantly calling you. You're doing a lot of thinking work on behalf of the kids to help get them ready to be able to do the work that you need them to do, and that can be very tiring and frustrating. So I know for me, my goal this year is really to see what does a classroom that has independence and agency, meaning that kids can make decisions on their own and know whether they are meeting their goals and making good book choices, and they know what to do. I want to see what that looks like. Even though I've been teaching for 18 years, I can say for a fact that I know I have aided in creating a culture of dependency out of wanting to help. It's usually coming from a good place, but we see that it's not really a good practice. So we are kind of shifting our mindset from helping and scaffolding. That's the code word for too much help, scaffolding. To having kids struggle productively and understand that it's okay when they don't understand, but also know that there's things that they can do to get a clearer understanding and meaning of whatever it is that they're reading. So I didn't want to ramble on, but it's just so good. So if you guys are interested, go to Amazon, check it out, read the book reviews. They're awesome. Great book. You're going to love it. All right? Well, I will see you guys again soon. Bye. Well, teacher friends, until next time, remember, teaching is more than a job, it is a lifestyle. Signing off, the Blessed Bronx Teacher.